Good morning, everybody. Well, actually, maybe it's afternoon by now. Um, I've been taking care of things inside, doing things, and today is Thursday, so I'm filming my video for Friday. And what I want to get done is I want to go through and finish using my Sam's bead box, the Wendy Safari. I started doing something here and it didn't work out. So, it is what it is. I think I have like 3 elephants and 2 giraffes and a bunch of other little goodies, some leaves. And I have these left, which, they are chunky. And they have some weight to them. But I don't have anything green. No, they wouldn't work. Okay, I just wanted to check. Because if I could use them as heavy as they are on something like a scarf necklace, that would have been just the ticket for it. But, you know what? I really like this one. It's got a lot of whites and it's kind of shimmery. We may make a pendant and make kind of a choker style with it. I only have one of these little guys left. Isn't he so cute? So let's see what we can make out of this. I want to glue my giraffes together and make them one solid pendant. Let me see. The problem is okay, I do have a tube of E6000. Let's start and get that done first. Let me get this baggie out. Get my little giraffes opened up. I want another little baggie because I want to put them. I'll put some glue here first. See, brandy new. Open. Let's get some E6000 out. Close it up. And I want a pin. And let's get like some glue on him. I will clean up the glue on the edges. With a soft, like an emery cloth kind of thing. I want to turn him around. I hope this glue doesn't like set too quick. Well, it's wanting to stick to my fingers, so hopefully. Let's squeeze him together. And I don't seem to have any on the outside of him. We're going to leave him just like that, and we're going to let him set. I'll clean the stringy glue after he dries. We're going to set him aside, out of the way, where I don't bump him. I'll put him in that dish right there. And we're going to get this glue way out of the way. So we have our giraffe sitting. We have this connector piece, which is pretty much the same on both sides. I kind of want to go ahead and get this piece. I kind of like that with that leaf behind it. Let's see what we can do with it. Do I want to do that much though? I don't think so. But it looks blah by itself. But if I dangle them together, will they actually stay or will they sway a lot? I don't know. I don't know, guys. What can we put with this to help it? We have all kinds of goodies. I mean, we have these. I think these would look really nice. Kind of offset that bronze. Let's try it. Let's try it, guys. Let's get some of these out and see what it looks like. Do-do, do-do, do-do. And I'm planning on using kind of a gold with it. I like that. Let's give us a fairly good sized loop. Oh, goodness, they're good and strong. And let's go ahead and give us a good sized loop. Let's break its little neck, as Colleen would say. I always thought that, and I was like, if I say that on a video, someone's going to think I'm crazy. And then that first time I heard Colleen say it, I was like, see, I'm not crazy. Give it a little bendy boo. I like that. Let's see what it looks like now with that fern behind it. I kind of like it. It looks like moss and fern, and I like it. I actually really, really like it. So let's get some more of these out because I want these to accent around this mossy looking. And then let's get some of these little green because I have some of those. So this is my Friday video, and I'm going to use up as much of my Sam's bead box as I possibly can. So hang with me. I'm not going to put my giraffes and all that with it, but I am going to use, because we're dealing with chunk, I think we're going to go ahead and put those amber. I wish I had 2 of these, but I don't. I only have 1. And we have some of these. I have 1 of those. We have 2 of these. But I only have 1 of these. Is he out of here? No. Well, we'll put this. Oh, I have 2 of them. What am I thinking? Goodness, goodness, goodness. We'll do this, like that. No, I can only use 1 on each side. Like that. Okay. I don't want to make this too long because it is really going to be heavy. Like I said, I only have 1 of these chunkies. We'll make him into like maybe on a bracelet with those guys. We'll put him with them. Okay, so this is what I have in my tray still. We got lots of little goodies in there. let's go ahead and attach that little mossy guy to there. I'm going to use gold, so let's get my gold jump rings out. I want to use those because they're heavy. And they only need one, but I do want it to kind of dangle. Let's see how it works. It may need to be a smaller one. We will check her out and see just how it looks. If I don't like it, and I think I need to go smaller, I have 6 millimeter. This is like an 8 millimeter. I may need to go 6. Yeah, I'm going to need to go 6. Because if I use this 8, this is going to hang below that leaf. Okay, not a problem. I'll even get out my 4 millimeter. Just in case I need a 4 on there. Alright, let's go with my 6. Find my little opening. So yes, this is my Friday video. It's going to be quite long, and we are going to use up the Wendy Safari. I'm going to make as many pieces as I possibly can. And whatever's left over will go in a little bin by themselves. Let's see how that looks. It may still be too big. I may opt for the 4 millimeter. Well, actually, that's going to hang like that, so I think that's going to be okay. That's going to be fine. It won't look too awkward. Okie dokie, smoky. Let's let them sit over there. I may need them later. All right, let's string all this. What do I string it on? I think we're going to string it on some brown. Is that going to be long enough? Nope. We'll save that for a bracelet. So let me get my brown out. Oh, it's sitting right here beside me. Ding dong. Are you at home? No. Laura's brain has gone and jumped ship. So I'm going to get about, I would say I'm taking off about 18 inches. Any leftover, y'all know, gets used up in earrings and bracelets and you name it, I use it. So I have a big long chunk, and let's go ahead and put our center on. And I think what I want to do is I want something that's not going to go through that jump ring right dead center. I guess, will these green ones go through that jump ring? So we want one on each side. We're going to find out. I may need to do something different. So I'm going to hold it. I'm going to grab my jump ring. I'm going to try to stuff that bead in there. No. Okay. We're going to use the green ones right there next to the center. And then I think we're going to pick up 2 of these. And then 1 more green. I lost my paper to this, so I don't know what is what. And then I'm going to put 1 of these big, beautiful stones on. Is it too soon for that? I think it's too soon for that. Let's not do that yet. So let's go ahead and do this brown, and then this green, And then let's go green. And then 2 and green. I know it has a hole in it. That is so pretty. I have some flowers. I don't think they'll fit the flow quite right. I think we can go ahead and do this. Oh yeah, that works now. Let me go ahead and clip off my other end like that. So far I have 2 and 1. He looks a little funky. We'll set him aside. And then we have this going on. So we want to keep them aside. And then we have that. Okay. And then I want to go into 2 and 2, 2 and 2. So let's go ahead and do that again. I have more of the orange, but I don't have more of the green. Come on, little dude. There we go. And then we'll put the green. I love these beads that make it look like you're doing, you know, like it's a retro look, but it's not. We don't need that plastic. I like it. It's really pretty. And then let's get the rest of these out. So I can go 2 and 2. And that's another section. Okay. So we can go another green. If I can get a hold of it. An orange, amber, and this, and this. Let me see that on me. Very pretty. I like it. Okay, I'm going to stop on that side and we're going to go to the other side and do it. Just so I can get it even, and then we'll decide what we're going to do with the rest of the necklace. So here I have to put on 2 orange and a green. Amber. I'm trying to call it orange all the time. Whoops. Now's not the time to lose one of these because I have exactly what I need. Green. And then we do these. Oops, wrong way. So I hope you guys hang out with me while I do this. I really appreciate everybody sticking, you know, with me. And we're going to do this again. I know these videos can be long. You can like just put it on play and just set it down and let it play, or let it play while you're grocery shopping or, you know, house cleaning. I do my Friday, Saturday videos usually like this. I goofed up last weekend because I thought the 15th was Saturday and I was supposed to put the Julia video out on Saturday. And then Friday night I realized I goofed my dates up. It's okay. It's okay. And now we're going to do another section of green and amber. So I didn't get the videos out, and once I kind of goofed it up, and then I needed to give the Julia video a couple of days to get views, which I know everybody's like, it's not a jewelry making video and that's what they want to see, but you know, it supports my channel to have those videos, so that's why I do them. There we are. Come on, little dudes. Sometimes it's so hard to see the little hole in them. There we go. Okay, I have one of those left. And I think we'll put a couple of these, one on each side. Oh, they don't work. Oh, no. Definitely don't work. How about we take some of these and just go up the sides with as many as I can. Oh, look. Hiding in with the elephants. So we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. And then we'll do that on each side. That'll give us a little more beading. And then we'll put some chain on. That'll help a bunch. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it really is. 2, 3, 4. Actually have more. 5. 7 each. 6, 7. And then a dark green. And then we will, I think we'll put a small, do I have a couple of them right here handy? I don't see any. I think they'll be fine. So I'm going to swap sides and we'll catch up with this side. And this necklace we will add chain to it, and I'll measure how long this piece is. You're going to get bracelets, earrings, definitely 2 necklaces because I am doing I hope that glues together because that's been out here in the camper, and during the really, really cold part, I did not have the heat on in here because we couldn't have kept it going. All right, let's check him. Yeah. Did he stay glued? No, he did not. I know everybody uses E6000 on metal, and I have never had good luck with E6000. I might re-glue him and see, because part of him's glued, but not all of him. Let me re-glue him here after I'm done with this necklace, and then we'll try it again. I'm just curious what I have here. I do have some spacer beads. Let me put this on right here. So let's put just so that they may be too big. Stack of 3. Kind of, I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan. If I had it in something besides those, it would be different. I'm just not a fan of how that looked. So let's get them put back away. Okay. And I don't have anything just laying here. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I have little bitty beads just laying here, left over from other projects. I don't think I have 2 of them because he kind of got stuck off to the side, but I do know where they are. Let me grab 2 of those. They're right here beside me, guys. These are out of the other one. So we can at least, are they the same size? Yes. Okay, I just don't want metal against the bead. And I'm going to turn my heat off because, oh, I gotta tell you, it's nice out today. All right, so just so I don't forget, and we have that same issue as yesterday's video. I mean, the video you'll see today while I'm filming this, as in yesterday's video that's going up today. You'll see it. You will have seen it. All right. I need 2 clamshells and 2 of these. And we are going to put this together. And after I get the clamshells on, I'll measure this because I don't want to lose anything. I don't want to sneeze either. You ever feel a sneeze come on and nothing happens? Yep. I don't know why my phone flipped. I don't know if somebody tried to call me. So if you see me do that, it's because the way I'm filming has changed position on me for no reason. Which I think I'm due for a new phone. It's gonna have to wait. Give it a tug test. And give this a little hug. Squeeze that down tight. Go shoop. Oops, sorry guys. And make sure all this is all the way down there. Give it a good swirl because those are some chunky beads. I'm going to open this. Up through the bottom, out through the mouth, drop it down, pick up the other bead cap or crimp bead, crimp tube, and give it a good squash, squishy squash all the way across. Make sure that is tight to the wire. Give it a tug, all on there. Clip my wire off. Not enough for a bracelet, but still got plenty there to use for other things like earrings. That is so pretty. Let's measure this. We have 14 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and close this before I forget to. So 8 inches, so I need 4 and 4. I need a clasp. And I already have my jump rings up. Chain. I don't know if this is 8 inches of chain. We'll find out here in a second. It is kind of tangled. I think this is left over from the watch. Get it untangled. Come on. Oh, that's more than 8 inches. We're going to have some leftover chain. So I'll need 2 pieces of 4-inch, a little less than 4 inches because we have the clasping. So I'm going to need to cut it right there. So I'm cutting about 3 3/4 of an inch. And the leftover will be used on like earrings or something on those lines. We'll put it in our little dish. Make sure the cut off piece is gone. Okay. Let's go ahead and put our chain on. Get our jump rings out. There's a big one already out for clasping into. I need 3 small ones. 1, 2. I want a bigger one to clasp that into because that's a pretty thick one. So, all right, let's start by putting our chain on. Get the correct tools out here for it. Get that out of our way. Open our jump ring. Like to make sure my jump ring closes correctly and then open it back up. We're going to stick our chain on and then put our necklace piece on. Check to make sure it's closed. I'm going to take our bigger jump ring. Put our chain on and our lobster. And we're going to close it, and I have a fuzzy. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Get our chain drop down on there. Come on. We'll probably have to open it just a little more. I don't have it open very far. That, my pliers are in the way, as I was about to say. I'm all fingers today. There we go. Get my necklace onto my jump ring and then close it up. And then all we have to do now is put the clasp on. See, this is more like an 8mm. That was like a 5.5 or a 6. I'm going to make sure this is lined up. Open it. Put it on. Close it. And I'm going to break my fingernails. Those Sally Hansen nails really destroyed my fingernails. Look at this. That is so pretty. I really, really, really like that. I really like that. That is so, turned out so lovely. All right, I'm going to set this aside. What are we going to get into next? I have these wood beads and I still don't know what to do with them. They may go into a little dish and I'll have to do something different with them. All right. Elephants or giraffes. They are drilled like this. I think we'll make a giraffe bracelet. Yeah, let's do that. With maybe some of these tiger eye. Let's get a more interesting one for the center of the giraffes. More speckled. There we go. Something like that. Maybe throw in a leaf on each side. Did he go all the way to the floor? I think he did. Well, that's okay. Then I have these little beads here. How many of them have I got? I got 3 of each, so those can go in a bead soup. They can go on the outside edge, and let's go with that. How about that? That flower needs to get back in there where he belongs. And I think we'll go with that and see what we have. If I need to add spacers, I have all kinds of spacers. So, let's see. What have we got? I'm going to pause you a second and go search. Okay, so not only do I have nail glue and super glue, I have E6000 all over my hands. It's okay. It'll be okay. That is a nasty piece of wire. I don't want to try to use that for anything. That is not long enough for that. I know I tossed the piece over here long enough for a bracelet. That is... Here we go. All right. Let's put this bracelet together. I got these little beads out. They're a 2mm. And I thought they would go great with this project. Let's get them put together. And I wanted some more of those little... Ow, my knee. May as well get some spacer beads out. And it did it again. That's when it's doing it. I'm bumping the table. There we go. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to work from the center out, I guess. So I want one of these or a couple of them. And then I want the giraffe. We're going to go through his backside. We're going to pick up one more of these, a leaf. I believe this was a jasper. I'm sorry about the glue. As it gets where I can get it off, I will. I think I'm going to need... No, they fit together pretty good. Want another leaf. One of these little cube beads. A giraffe. 2 cubes. And then I want to put on a flower. A cube. A tiger eye. Man, have I got glue all over me. If he doesn't glue this time, then I'm just gonna clean him up and make earrings out of him. A cube. One of these. I don't know if I want a cube there. It doesn't look right. Sometimes too many little spacer things just doesn't fit the bill. Know what I mean? Now maybe a cube. And then we'll do a leaf, a tiger's eye, a leaf. Let's put this on. That's probably a leaf too many. And I think we can go right into this because that's the center of my wrist and it brings me there. I have a really small wrist anymore. It's almost down to 6 1/4 inches. So by the time we put our clasping on here, that's all we're going to need. We don't need all these after all. So I'm going to clip this end. What I do in my clippy clip. I moved things because I was gluing. Oh my God, it's on my... Sometimes I have to wonder. So I need the flower. This turned out so cute. And I need one of these. I need to get some more of these out. Now we're going to need a tiger's eye, a flat. I know this is some kind of a, I believe, a jasper. The other tiger's eye. And I'm not going to change it. I'm going to go with the flow. I have a cube, a leaf, I'm still going to use him. Unless he looks weird. I won't use him if he looks weird. And then a spacer. I think he'll be fine. So we have a spacer, tiger's eye, leaf, little spacer, 1, 1, 1, 1 flower, 2 giraffe, 1 leaf, and jasper. I love that. That's going to be perfect. Let's go ahead and close this up. So we're going to need 2 more of these. If I can get a hold of them. I may as well leave some out because we're going to need more. And then I'm going to need some more of these. And what else do we need? Jump rings. And I want a small one. There we go. And I go and drop stuff on it. Okay. So we're going to close this end up, just like we do on all of them. glue. I'm so sorry. I know that looks terrible. Pick up one of these. Crimp tubes, squishy squash. Make sure it's tight or it'll come off. These are 2x2 crimp tubes. I prefer using crimp beads, but we'll do with what we got for these. And, well, close it with my hands and then give it a hug. Squeeze that tight. Slide them all the way down. First we'll get these closed up and then we will put them together. I really like how it's turned out. I'm going to get all these over here that belong in a box. These are extras. Okay. We're going to open this one up. Sticker on there. Shoop. Drop it down. Pick it up. Drop it down. Give it a swirl. I'll use my pliers to hold it. Or my wire cutters. Reach in the mouth. And give it a squish. And I want to make sure she's tight. Give it a tug test. I'm going to clip that wire off. And close it. Hug. Now let's go ahead and get them out of the way, because that would make me cry if I did that. It would be a sad, sad, sad day. I thought I had a... Did I not get one out? I have one right here. I did not get one out, so I've got one laying there. We'll just use it. Then I won't have as many to pick up. On. Closer. And then we'll put the jump ring on this side for it to close into. Oh, come on. Don't be taking off like that. Get it where it's going to close up good. There we go. Ta-da! There we go. And we have one pretty little bracelet. And it's plenty big on me, so it'll fit anybody. Pretty much anybody. Let's close her up. There is the giraffe bracelet. Woohoo! So we have 2 pieces. How many more can I make? I'll leave them right there to use. Let's make... I'm up to no good. I have one green flower left. We'll leave it in here and we'll use it somewhere else. And we'll have one of those left. We have one of those, one of those, and one of those. And I'm really not going to get that many more pieces out of this box, guys. And yes, I still have turquoise left, guys. I still have turquoise left. I want to put some turquoise throughout the necklace too. We're going to make a necklace. I don't know how many we're going to use of the turquoise, but we'll use it. Okay. Let's go with that and see what we come up with. Alright, so this is going to be a necklace. It's going to be a little more involved. I kind of want no, yes, for the bottom one. Okay, just for the bottom one. And then I want to go into I was thinking I had the stainless steel eye pins. I do. Okay, we're good to go. We are good to go. And then I want to find for this, we're going to need these instead of the other ones. So let's get them out. All right. I don't think I have that color chain though. Yes I do. Yes I do. Oops, that's the wrong color. I'll have to go get it though. That's not gonna work. I guess I'm using those anyways, because I think I used up all my stainless steel. Or are they it? These might be it. Yep, there we go. Taking you on the whole journey, guys. If you wonder where these came from, this kit actually came in a flat box, kind of like this, but flatter. It actually came in, I think, this box right here originally. And they came from Amazon. All right, I'm going to pause you because I have to get a few things out. I have to get the right color chain and all that. Okay, so I have my gunmetal chain. I have some little doodads off to the side here we may add to this. But first, let's start by making our drops. And we are going to use the turquoise with our elephants. I want turquoise on top, turquoise on bottom. He's not very pretty to put with a little elephant dude, so let's find a nicer looking one. You know, buried in the necklace is one thing, but let's go ahead and go with that. Want my clippers. I want a fairly small loop. Oh, those are stainless steel. I may need my heavier cutters for this. And then bring my neck back. Make sure that's closed. I am going to play with that because he isn't quite closed the way I want. If I get it to hold still for 2 seconds, I'll wiggle, wiggle, wiggle him closed. There we go. He is closed. Now the other ones will be on the actual eye pins. So I'll need a couple of those. I really wanted this to hook onto the necklace with a, what do you call it? With a bail. But I don't have a bail this color. I looked. That's okay. So we're gonna go do it again, but put these two on eye pins so that we can fasten these together. And I think they'll be fine without being, let me get my heavier clippers. I don't want to ruin my light clipping clippers, if that makes any sense. See how much nicer those heavy ones from, I think I got them from Harbor Freight. They're a little bit heavier than my normal ones. And I bent the whole thing. It's not what I meant to do. That one's ready. Let's do one more. I'm putting the flatter side of the turquoise towards the elephant so that they stack nicer. There we go. And then I want to make sure it's closed because this one's going on the wire. Okay. So we're going to attach this one to this one. So we're going to open the bottom, hang him on. So this is going to be my pendant. Now we're going to open the bottom of him. and hang the last one on him and close him back up. So there is my 3 elephants pendant, and I'm going to get probably the brown wire, and I want a good long length of it because you can see this is going to be pretty much a full necklace. It's not going to need a whole lot of chain. So there's a nice good long length. Put my little clippy thing on. All right. I'm going to start by putting my elephant dangle in the middle. All right, and I want next to it, I might just go with these next to it. Let's see how they look. I've had these, they've been in my stash for quite a while. And then I want a brown flower. That's gonna bug me. That kink on each side. Let's see how that looks. Just playing here at the moment to see what I want to do. If I like that. Nope, I don't. Nope, I don't. I do not like those on there. They don't fit at all. Okay. Okay, well, I know that real quick. We're going to come back to, I have these little disc things that were in my Chelsea's from like a year ago, almost. I think we're going to put them in the center. This is just to keep, I wanted beads not to let anything go through there. That's all I was looking for. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and put a turquoise right here in the front and center. Just like that. They don't have to be anything fancy. And then I want my brown flower. If I can find the hole in it. These have been very difficult to find that little tiny hole. Where are you? There we go. See, that looks so much better. All right. Okie dokie. Now we can start beading. I'm going to clip one end. And let's put, there's going to be one green flower per side. One brown flower. Why am I short a brown flower? I guess we're a brown flower and a green flower in the tote. Okay. So, oh look, he's kind of defective, but that's okay. He's pretty. We're going to use him. He'll be fine. We'll just go ahead and put the flowers on. Right here at the front. Oh, are you kidding me? For heaven's sake. I have never in my life had such a hard time finding the hole in a bead as much as I have in these flowers. So we're just going to go put them on. Okay. And then I think we'll go with a turquoise. One of these. I got the hiccups. Sorry, guys. And then a turquoise. So I want 2 turquoise off to the side. And then I want to go with one of those. I have some of these too, so we can put one of those and one of those. So we'll do that now. A green one here. Put another tiger's eye. I'm going to be one less on those two. So I threw that one. So we'll grab a turquoise. Figure out where the little hole is. And then I think we'll go ahead and put him and a turquoise. So I've used those two. And then we'll just put on some tiger's eye. One. With a leaf. Or we'll use these next. No, we'll put a leaf. And then a tiger's eye. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, 4. And I'm going to have an extra tiger's eye. And then we're going to put a leaf. And we're going to use this little guy. Really? I thought this was going to be longer. I really did. I thought he was going to be a lot longer, guys. Look. But he's cute. Aww. Do I not have anything else I can throw on there? More leaves. I mean, we've got more leaves, but, you know, those I plan on making a bracelet with. Okay, well, let's go ahead and put on another leaf. I'm going to add some of my little beads from over here. Let's get some of them out. Put, I don't know, like 3. Come on, little dude. I just need to get some of these off the strand so that we can use a bunch. There we go. So I've got 3, 4, 5, and then I thought I left out some of those little beads. I did not. Hold on. I wish I had some of them in something besides copper, but that's okay. We'll go with copper. I thought I had some in, like, do I have some silver ones at least? I do have some silver. Let's do that instead. At least it won't look quite so different. Let's do that instead. Okay. We'll put the copper ones aside. And we'll end it there. I really expected it to be much longer, guys. So we'll clip it. And we'll do this other side to match it. So I went ahead and put the flowers on. Are you still filming the right way? I have to look up and make sure. After the flowers, I went with a turquoise, one of these, a turquoise, like that. And then I did a tiger's eye, this little green bead, a tiger's eye, and then we did the turquoise segment again. Whoops. He's running away from me. Oh no. Come on, little dude. There you go. And then a tiger's eye. And then I did a leaf. A tiger's eye. A leaf. The kind of pinky clear one. Another leaf. And I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. Come on. 3. Whoops, he fell off. 3. 4. And 5. There we go. And then 1 silver ball. If I can get this little spacer bead on there, I'd be doing good. There we go. Let's see. Well, considering that this part dangles down quite a ways, it's not that bad. It's not as short as I thought it was going to be. Okay, so I've got my metal, my gunmetal, and I've got my gunmetal crimp beads. Get him in my hand. The end of this is kind of bent and kind of icky looking, so I'm going to cut a lot of that off. So I'm going to crimp way down here. And I'm going to make sure that he's crimped down good. Oops. Bring my clamshell all the way up. Tug, ouch, tug test. I'm going to clip that off because it's grabbing at me. Fold that over. Did you see that? There's a fruit fly in here. Yeah, it's been really warm in there out here. I've seen 2 mosquitoes already. Unbelievable. All right, we're going to give this a nice little swirl. We're going to add our second. Crimp on. Then we'll measure this and see how much we needed. Metal chain. So we're going to open our clamshell, drop it on, pick up our crimp bead, crimp tube, drop it down into our clamshell, and I'm going to make sure everything's where it should be. Squishy squish. All the way across there. And give it a tug. Now I can clip that. Set my wire off. Close it. Give it a little hug and a squish. Alright, we're going to measure this. Looks to be somewhere around, I don't know, 12 inches. And the right little doodad here. So we have just a hair over 12. So I'm going to need 2 pieces at 5 inches. 22 inches. So I only want it that long. Yeah, 2 pieces at 5 inches. Okay. Now, there's a story behind this chain. It is really tiny holes. So we have to be careful with it. With how big of a jump ring we put through it. 18 millimeter will go through it if you struggle with it, but a 20 or 18 gauge, a 20 gauge is much better. So I want a 5. I'm going to back up just a hair. Again, I want to use my big boy cutters. I don't know how sturdy this chain is. Okay, yeah. There we go. 1 piece. Lay it out there. Come on. Why are you not cutting? Because you're being stubborn. I need to check that. That one's good. The piece I cut must have come off. Okay. That's what I want. Yep, right there it is. Okay. That's all I wanted to know. All right. Now, we need these tinies, and I have an awful suspicion that they're going to be too thick, but we'll find out. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to try to put that through that tiny little chain, because it is 3 by 2 millimeter, and that means the inside loop of that loop is even smaller. So yeah, that's an 18 gauge, and I'm not going to struggle. I have these. They're not quite dark. Let me see what I've got beside me. I have some that are darker. They're stainless steel also, and I believe they're 20 gauge, or yeah, 20 gauge. Yeah, there's glue on my finger, and it's like got a piece of fuzzy stuck to it. I'm so sorry, guys. These I know will go in there no problem, and it won't be too big of a contrast, but there will be a little bit of a contrast, unfortunately. But I'll have to get 2 more out, because I got to go from this chain to goodness. You did not see that. I have some thinner ones that came in this, because I'm not going to struggle. See how much thinner they are? I mean, maybe you guys don't see it on the camera, but they are thinner. Maybe those are 18 gauge. They came from Bargain Bead Box, so they probably are. So, moral of the story is, when you buy chain, make sure, I'm going to get that fly. Make sure that it's bigger than 3 by 2, because the inner diameter of that chain is going to be very, very tiny. Okay, that's on. So these are the 20 gauge ones. This isn't real heavy, so I'm not overly concerned. If it was a heavy piece, I probably would think twice about this and just go with a silver chain. And mix metals. Come on, little dude. Okay, I gotta do it one more time, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me get that fuzzy out of our way. I gotta defuzz my mat. I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm just not. Are they all stuck together? No. Okay. I'm so sorry. This is taking forever. I got one more project to do, because I don't think my glue job over there is holding. We'll find out. So I'm going to put that on, close it up. And then I want to clasp into this ring right here. So I'm going to open, put that ring on, just like that. Close it up. Get the fuzz out of our way. And we got to repeat over here. There we go. I can actually just put my clasp right on that one and close it up. There we are. I really, really like this little elephant pendant that I made. Look at how cute he is. 3 little elephants. And then you got the whole variety of stones. I love that. Okay, I'm going to pause you. Okay, so are you ready? We're going to go ahead and work on this. It's going to be mostly chain, but we're going to go ahead and do this. I am going to, I'll clean off the rest of this glue when I know he's set. I don't want to pull off glue and then have him come unglued, if you know what I mean. We're going to put a jump ring right here through him, because the glue isn't all the way set, but I do want to get him done in this video. And because I've used up all the rest of the beads, we are just going to put him together with what's left. So there is how he's going to hang. I am going to turn that down into the giraffe, and we are going to probably put, I think, these two, I don't want them right next to his head. They're too big. So I think we'll go ahead and do what I started to do. All right, let's get a piece of wire. Like I said, it's not going to be that big. I think this is going to be plenty. We're going to put our giraffe on. Big old hole, but I can't seem to get my wire through it. And we are going to put a leaf on either side of the giraffe's head. Let's see how that goes. Nope, they have to be smaller. I may just use, I think these are going to be too small. Yeah, they're going to go right through. So, I have one, I have two. I'm just curious if I had 2 brown ones. I do. I think the white will wash out. Yeah, let's stick with the white. Maybe those will not go through. Let's see. Yeah, they will. But if we put the leaves with him and sandwich it, I think it'll be better. Yeah, I think that'll work. So let's go with that. So we're going to put one of these and a leaf. And it doesn't matter the flower, but I think I want to put some of these also. Oh, for heaven's sake. And then a flower. Another one. And a leaf. I'm going to clip it for now and work on the other side. So I have one of these, my flower, one of these, and the other leaf. And I think we're going to go ahead and put some more of these on. Before I start these. So I want to do kind of divide them up a little bit. And I'm going to have those left over. I'm going to have a mishmash of leftover beads. So I think we'll go ahead and put an orange and a light green and I'm all out of leaves because I took them all out. An orange and a dark green and then 2 oranges. And no, I don't want to do that. Okay, and then I'm going to clip it and then we'll decide what color what we're going to use on the ends. So I'm going to put one of these on. Like I said, this one's going to mostly be chain. There we go. Very pretty. I wish I had something here in the center to stop him from going anywhere, but we don't. That's okay. Let's go ahead and get him on chain. Alrighty. We're going to need a lot of chain for this one. So, let's see. I need my gold clasps. I don't have any out, so I'll have to get me some. We'll need jump rings and all the good stuff, guys. So, and we're going to need a bigger jump ring, and then we're going to need, I have a couple of these we're going to put on the end of that. I can actually go, and I was just looking for any other doodads we might be able to put in there to make it look a little bit longer. But I think that's about it. I gotta get okay. I was checking. Now let's get our clasp, our crimp tubes. Don't need those. We need 2 of these. I'm gonna have a mess to clean up, aren't I? Okie dokie. So we're gonna put one of these on each end, and I'm gonna do that first so I don't have the same issue I had before, because that was terrible. So we have that on, and I'm going to put my clamshell, and then we're going to get a couple of these crimp tubes out. So, crimp balls, beads. These are 2x1 crimp beads. And I'm going to take this, bring it up, give it a squishy squash. Oh, you know what? I meant to cut that off. Let's get rid of that and get another crimp bead out, because I don't want that to be bent right there where I crimp. It looked terrible on the necklace. Sorry, guys. Squish. I want to make sure it's tight around that wire. So one of my favorite places to shop has closed permanently. Retail Rebel. I was brokenhearted. They closed them all. I went to one in Nevada that it wasn't great. I didn't care for it. But it was expensive. $3.99 on a Wednesday. No joke. That was way too much money. If it wasn't so expensive, I probably would have gotten more. But, you know. It's okay. I picked up 2 things. That was it. Okay, that's done. Gonna give it a curl. Pick up my crimp bead. You probably don't see what I got down here on the table in front of me. Let me put it over here. Grab my tool. Put it in the kink of my tool and give it a curl. And then I'm gonna reach in here and crimp that. Anyhow, I'm gonna clip and whoops, close that. Give it a hug and squeeze them shut. Alrighty, let's get him. Like I said, I'll clean the glue up after I know he's dry. I don't want to disturb him. Let's measure that. He's only about maybe 7 inches. Oh, not even. He's only 6, not quite 6. If I flatten him out, he'll be 5.5. So 5.5. I want to make him about 22, so I need 12 will make him 17, so 17 will make him 22. So I want to get about 15. We'll make it 20. So 16 inches. So I need 2 pieces of 8 inches. Okie dokie. Get out my tape measure. So I have 8 inches up there. Just shy of 8. This is from Walmart, so okay. I got my 2 pieces of chain. Let's go ahead and make the necklace. The reason why I take a little bit off is because I'm adding about a little more than an inch worth of findings to the necklace. Whoop, that would make me sad. So we're going to put our necklace on, our chain, oops, did you see me do that? Come on, slide down around there, thank you. Should have been 3 of them out there. I only got out 2. I want to use the same ones. I don't want to mix them up. In the wrong tray. Good grief, guys. I'm getting tired. Can't you tell? And then we'll put am I doing this the right way? Yes. Putting my lobster on. And then we're going to put the other side on. Choop. And put my clasp on. Da, da, da. And then here in a second, I will clean up my mess and show you all the pieces that I made. Even though he's mostly chain, he still turned out really cute. And, you know, I think he's pretty. Okay, I'm going to clean up my mess. I'll be right back. Okay, so I just showed you the piece I just finished, which is the giraffe, which after I know the glue is set, I'll clean all the excess glue away from him. He is so stinking cute. So we're going to put him like that. I also did the 3 elephants. I love this necklace. It turned out so pretty. So there is that one. Let me see if I can get you all in the frame here. And then I made this bracelet, which is with the giraffes. And I didn't plan any of them. I just kind of put them together. And then this one. And when I started it, I wanted to try to figure out how am I going to use these. I love the one side that kind of shine. And I wanted to figure out how I was going to use that. I didn't dangle anything from there. I didn't think it was necessary. This is quite heavy. And I think it turned out absolutely gorgeous. 3 completely different, unique necklaces from what I had left in my Sam's bead box. They all turned out very beautifully done. Very unique. I still have hiccups. I'm sorry, guys. And this is all I have left. I have these wooden beads, which I'm not big on wood. And then I have like that, onesies. That's all I have left. That's it. I'll put these in a little tray, and now I have an empty tray ready to go. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. This is a really long video. I appreciate all of you so very much. Let me know what you think of these pieces. I love you guys. Take care. I'll talk to you down in the comments. Bye, guys.